Hey everyone, welcome back. Have you ever wanted to analyze data without writing complex SQL queries or Python code? What if you could just ask questions in plain English and get instant insights? Well, that's exactly what I built using Pandas AI's multi-agent system. In this video, I'll show you a complete data intelligence platform where you can upload your data, ask questions like, what are the top 5 customers by revenue, and get AI-powered answers with visualizations. By the end of this video, you will know how to use this app for your own data analysis project. So let's dive in. All right. So here's what we are working with. This is the PandasAI Data Intelligence App. As you can see from the sidebar here, it's powered by multi-agent AI system. Let me give you a quick tour of what this app can do. So in the navigation pane, you can see a few different pages there. First, we have the home page that's showing all the features and getting started, quick guide, followed by data sources sections, that multiple data sources, then exploratory analysis, AI-powered analysis, visualization, and reporting features. In the data source section, you can upload files like CSV or Excel, connect to databases like Postgres, SQL or MySQL, or even pull data from APIs. The exploratory section gives you automatic insight about your data, statistics, data quality checks, correlation, all that kind of good stuff. But the real magic happens in the AI analysis section. This is where Pandas multi-agent system comes in. It will generate some automated insight based on the natural language query that user asks. Next section is visualizations, where you can generate some visualizations and plots and charts. Users can always play around with different kind of chart options the app provides. And finally, this is an automated reporting section that can help with generating report in PDF or document format based on user preference. So let's see how this app can perform when we upload a real sample data. To get started, we need some data. I'm going to use a sample data set that comes with the app, but you can upload your own CSV or Excel files here in this option. To access the sample data, you're going to go to the Sample Data tab in the Data Source section. There are 4 datasets already uploaded to that app: Iris, Titanic, Sales, and Customer Analysis. I'm going to use sales data as it's great for demonstrating business analytics. And then I'm going to click Load Sample. As you can see that the data has been loaded here. There are 1,000 rows exist in the sales data set with 7 columns. Now let's explore this data source or this data set in the next section. Now let's do some exploratory analysis. I'll click on the exploratory analysis in the sidebar and see what it does. Wow, it seems like this exploratory analysis is very comprehensive. It provides a lot of information. So let's just go by, one by one. Right away, first of all, as you can see that we get a comprehensive overview of the dataset information. We are seeing the total number of rows, thousands, 7 columns. And check this out. It's also showing whether any duplicate rows exist or not. In the Statistics tab, is showing you an overview of the numeric column statistics. There are columns such as quantity, unit price, discount, and revenues they contain numeric values. So you can get a very good statistical explanation, whether it's mean, standard deviation, minimum, or even like 25, 50%, and 75% ratio from there. So without running any queries or even running your this data set through your R and Python script, you can get a numeric column statistics within a few seconds. It's also giving you some sort of like exploratory graph analysis showing the unit price distribution, quantity distribution that gives you an idea about where the unit price lies, what's the variation, and also the mean, standard deviation, and minimum calculation as well. From data quality standpoint, it's giving you an idea that there are no duplicate rows exist. It's also giving you some sort of an outlier detection results based on the IQR method, where the lower bound with the lower bound, upper bound, and outlier percentage. So that's really important, because at the end of the day, when you're doing a statistical analysis or plot the distribution data on a scatter plot, that outlier should match with what it's showing right now. So 2.9% is not a lot of outlier. It's probably based on some of the high income or low income ratio people are, outside of the mean median distribution. It's also giving an idea about the correlation matrix. As you can see that in certain scenario, revenue is pretty much correlated with quantity. And also, if you want to see that how unit price correlated with the revenue, you can also see a kind of a strong correlation, 0.5, not bad. You can also try to find out any negative correlation over here. As you can see that, revenue and discount is kind of a revenue negatively correlated, because if we provide more discounts, that's definitely going to impact revenue. And finally, the distributions, and it's providing all sort of a distribution statistics in a form of histogram, blocks, box plot. And you can also do your own analysis to understand how they're proportionally distributed across region, because it's a more of a sales analysis. So you need to know in which demographic region your sales are performing well. All right, let's move to the next section, which I'm very excited about, since it's related to the AI powered analysis. Okay, so here is where it gets really cool, because this is the AI analysis. This is where Pandas AI's multi-agent system will kick in. Instead of writing SQL or Python query, I can just ask question in plain English in this chat box, and the system has 5 specialized agents working together. One, a statistical agent for calculation, one, a pattern recognition agent for correlations, an insight generation agent, a predictive agent, and finally, a natural language agent that understands your question and delegate your question to an appropriate agent for further action. Let me show you. I'm going to type a question first. So what I'm going to type is, what are the top 5 products by revenue? All right, it seems like the analysis is complete. It's not even taken more than 2 seconds. What it's showing is that product C is top performing in the West region. Product C also top performing in the South region. Product B is performing really well in the Central region. And product E is also. And product A performing really well in the South section. All right, seems like it was able to give me answer really quickly. Of course, it just has to process 1,000 records, which is nothing. In the actual industry or enterprise world, it probably has to process millions and millions of record. And we can definitely stress test to see how quickly AI can provide some analytical result to us. Now, let me ask another question. And this time, I'm trying to ask that show me the correlation between quantity and revenue. Let's see how the correlation agent can perform that task. All right. So what correlation matrix showing relationship between numeric variables? As we can see that the quantity is, of course, correlated with quantity. But quantity actually has a strong, kind of a moderately strong relationship with revenue. Of course, if you generate more quantity, means that would tend to some more revenue, but that's not always the case. Discount, of course, inversely proportional to it's a negatively correlated, because if you provide more discount, that's going to tend to generate less revenue. So these are really a good correlation matrix, and it was also able to give us some correlation heat map, which kind of similar to the heat map that we saw in the exploratory analysis section. So AI did a fair bit of job to replicate the same heat map from the same section, okay, from the analysis section. Now I'm going to ask another question to see how the AI agent performs here. And this time I'm going to ask a specific question about discount. What region has the highest average discount? And let me see what kind of results we receive from the AI agent. So it seems like here are the average values for numeric columns. The average revenue is 0.21, lowest average discount is 0.14. So this is where actually we wanted to kind of like, ask specific question to AI. We probably have to synthesize it because in my question, I just asked to provide the region details where we have the highest average discount. If you think thoroughly, it was not able to give me that region details. It only extract the discount, average discount value. So definitely we have to synthesize our prompt, or we need to see at the back end that how agent can pull the region, the discount related details by region, not just the pulling the average discount value. So that's what I wanted to show you about the AI analytic feature that this Pandas AI provides. It goes with us saying that we may need to synthesize the prompts at the back end and fine tune the model. The Pandas AI does have its default LLM model, but we can always fine tune the model with more data from the industry, and also we can provide more LLM prompt library, with a lot of different kind of statistical questions or some of the questions that your data analysts usually deal with on a day-to-day basis. At the end of the day, it's totally up to you. How do you want to synthesize the model and fine tune it based on your business use cases? Now let's move on to the visualization section to see how it generates some of the plots and charts based on the sample data. So now we are at the interactive visualization section. This gives the user ability to play with this section, create different lines and charts based on different dimensions, and see how the app renders the plots and some of the visualization metrics that will be helpful for further analysis. First of all, here you can actually select the visualization type that you would like to go with. Let's say I'm going to go with heat map, and heat map is showing me some correlations automatically. Now, if I want to remove one particular dimension from the heat map, we can easily do that from this section. If we just want to stick to only 2 dimensions, numeric columns, and you can do that all the time. So it's very interactive and gives the user ability to play with the lines and plots and different kind of charts. If you want to calculate a scatter plot, and here you can see that how the 3D plot being rendered based on different dimensions. Here I've seen, I actually selected quantity as a dimension for everything, but you can always change to different numeric columns. Let's say I select discount as a y-axis, and then I will select revenue. So as you can see that here, the app was able to render some sort of 3D dimensions, 3D visualizations, rendering how unit price, discount, or revenue correlated with each other. That's fascinating. Without writing a single line of code, you're able to demonstrate 3D visualizations from based on different dimensions. So I would definitely highly recommend you to try out this visualization section and see how you can build a different kind of app for this using this Pandas AI. Now let's move on to the next and the final section where you can generate automated reports. We are at the final section of this vlog walkthrough. You can see this automated report section gives an user ability to generate comprehensive analytics report. Think about it in this way. You are an analyst. Your boss asked you to put together an analytics report based on your recent experience study or whatever the analysis you've done on a certain data set. You can use this Pandas AI's automated feature to generate a report right off the bat without even writing a single line of code or even put together all the analysis results in a Word document. And you can add whichever the details that you want to capture in that that reports. So let's generate this analytics report based on this reporting section. It starts with executive summary, the overview, key insights, data quality assessment, visualizations, and finally, the analysis will provide some recommendation based on this AI generated output. Now I'm going to click on this generate report button, and as you can see that the app generates a template of your data analysis report. It provides an executive summary of the data set, then followed by a data overview, key insights about the data set, followed by a data quality assessment. Great to know that there's no missing data found, no duplicate rows found as well. And interactive visualizations are available in the main application. So if you want to capture some report from the visualization section, you can always go there, take a screenshot of the plots, and add it to your summary report. Finally, it's providing some sort of an analytical recommendation to the senior executives or whoever will be the recipient of that analysis report. At the end of the day, this seems like a very primitive analysis report, but that's where the Pandas AI can be integrated with your data sources. It can be, upgraded to certain levels so that it can process millions of records. This is just a proof of concept, but I would highly recommend you to check the YouTube vlog description where I drop the GitHub repository of Pandas AI. Do your own research about this new AI intelligence platform. You can also reach out to the company if you would like to see, get a demo from them for your enterprise solutions. But I'll highly recommend you to try out this intelligence app because at the end of the day, this might have potential to save hours and hours of your analytics efforts. So that's all for today. If you really like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel as more contents on AI, data science, and technology are forthcoming. See you next time. Thank you.